Hello Matt, it's Thursday. So you know what Thursdays are? Those are movie review days. Now, in between when I start this vlog and actually do my review of the movie I'm going to say in a couple of minutes, I would like to enforce a few more rules. The first rule I'm enforcing is that we need to follow on from yesterday's or someone else's vlog from that week. Frickin' hell. So that means we need to actually follow on a conversation starter. Your Super Saturday vlog doesn't need to follow a conversation because you didn't do that for like 30 weeks. So you don't need to start a conversation. Your Sunday vlog needs to continue on from my vlog with a conversation, or at least mention my previous vlog. A vlog in any videos except the film reviews or Super Saturday vlogs. And if we do not mention another vlog, punishment time. So another rule I'd like to enforce is that our videos have to be longer than 4 minutes. Just, you know, to keep it going and all. And in that 4 minutes, we cannot have more than 10 seconds of saying nothing. If it is in the 4 to 5 minute ratio, we cannot have more than 10 seconds in a row where we don't say anything or do anything. Standing around like this for 10 seconds. That'll get you punished. So those are a couple of rules I'd like to enforce just to keep the vlogs, you know, moving along. Because your Sunday vlog, well good, it didn't really follow on from my vlog editing at all. So as you know, it's film review day. Woot woot woot. It's been a pretty not the best day for me. Basically we've got our mock results back, and you should know that, Matt, because you got yours back. I haven't actually asked you what you got yet. So, but I'll ask that in private, just so you don't need to embarrass anyone. So to counter the bad day, I'm actually going to review a very good film. And yes, you mentioned it in your last vlog. Unfortunately, I've never seen The Dark Knight. Oh, I don't. No, don't hit me with anything, please. Hear me out. Right, when Dark Knight came out, I was not a big superhero fan. Like, I've never really been a big superhero movie fan. I have watched the occasional superhero movie. I mean, I have watched Spider-Man's 1 and 2. But that's about as far as I've ever gone with superhero movies. Dark Knight, I know it's good, but I just don't think it's my type of movie. I don't like dark superhero films. Simply because superheroes, there's only a certain barrier of how serious you could take them. I know it's good, and I'd probably like it, but I've never seen it. I might see it someday though. And, also, I'll probably see more clips of Batman and Robin than Dark Knight. But I know Dark Knight is a better movie than Batman and Robin. I mean, the reviews of it are amazing, and you think it's your favourite movie of all time, so. It's pretty hard to review a movie that I haven't ever seen, but Skyfall, luckily, I've seen about half a dozen times. Probably makes it one of the top 10 films I've watched the most ever. So I feel I know Skyfall pretty well enough to not even watch it before I review it. So this review is going to be of Skyfall. Obviously I couldn't play more of the theme song than that because copyright would be completely in our channel, so I'm just going to leave it at that. So, Skyfall, is it amazing? Yeah, it is. I have seen a lot of Bond movies, and I'll probably say that not all of them, but I'll probably say Skyfall is probably the best one. It is the new Bond and the old Bond just combined. That is what I love. I love when old and new are combined in movies. It might be why I love Star Wars so much, because it is old and new. Old like Flash Gordon and stuff, and then new, which is new visual effects and stuff. Mixing old Bond and new Bond is perfect. You have the old Aston Martin, you have the old style of Bond, you have Q who's back, and then you have a new style which is Daniel Craig style. You have modern technology, modern-ish gadgets, and a modern plot and modern computer systems and a modern Q, old and new again. That's a bit of a weird beginning, I'm talking about Q, but yeah, let's talk about the story first. Yeah, the story basically, if you don't really know James Bond, he is, which you are highly doubt you don't, he is a secret agent that serves the British Secret Service. He's been played by 6 different actors. All of them have delivered except probably Timothy Dalton, but he did deliver, but he's not that memorable. And George Lazenby was only in one movie, which instantly makes him forgettable. Both good. So, yeah, that's what happens. So, there's a list of the secret agents has gone missing from MI6. So Bond needs to get it. But then this elaborate game of mousetrap begins with this villain who... Let me run you through the villain's plan. He wants Bond to get this hard drive from this criminal. Then the criminal gets away with it, but then Bond returns after him to kill him or take him under arrest. But then the criminal has a poker chip which leads to a casino where Bond he gets into the casino. Then someone in the casino tells him to go to this with her to this island. And at the island there's an old secret agent who is the villain. And he thinks he's got Bond under his shell. He wants, and then he gets arrested by MI6. But then he planned to get arrested because then he escaped from jail. And the whole reason he is setting up this elaborate game mousetrap was to kill M, who is Bond's, like, boss. Voiced by Judi Dench, which is a good performance. Very good performance, actually. I'm surprised, like, it's not really recognised more. And then he nearly kills her. Bond rescues her. Then they obviously need to defeat him. The story, as you can tell, is a bit complicated, and that might draw a few people away from it. But then again, that is like the only thing I probably would say about the movie, that the story is a bit too complicated. Aside from Citizen Kane's brilliant story, this movie, probably the story is the worst aspect. But it's still a good story. It's better than a few Bond movies where the story is just, oh, I'm a Russian general and I am going to kill all of Britain with nuclear bombs. Oh no, Bond, bang bang, the end. Kiss the woman while you're out. Now this one's story, they went for the complete opposite side of the spectrum, which didn't really go for a villain who wants to take over the world, but a villain who wants to kill one person. Let's talk about the characters in depth. Bond, Daniel Craig, top notch. I think that Daniel Craig is the best Bond. You have Sean Connery, who is everyone's Bond, but I just think he's a bit boring, shallow. You have Roger Moore, who is too over the top. You have George Lazenby, who is forgettable. Timothy Dalton, who is forgettable. You have Pierce Brosnan, who is charming and interesting, but not really that big on story. And then Daniel Craig has got everything I like. He's capable of leading, he's got good line delivery, and he pulls off that hitman approach, but he's not too afraid of, you know, showing himself in public and all. So, yeah, I think Daniel Craig has his house Bond. You have the villain, who is, I don't remember his name, but which I think it ends in silver. And he is nuts. He's Antonio Bardem, I think. Javier Bardem. Don't know. Javier Bardem. He is nuts. He is insane. He's basically like, you know, that kind of villain that just tries everything he can just to win. That's that kind of villain. He is insanely nuts. But Judi Dench is a good performance as always. You have new Q, new Moneypenny, who are both great. And all the side characters do a decent job as well. Is there anything else about this movie that I really like? Which obviously there is. I love the action scenes. The action scenes are very well shot, very well timed, not too far apart. They seem boring, but not too close to make it seem clustered. Like a few Bond movies I know. Die Another Day. Obviously they're not too spaced out like a few Bond movies I've seen. Sean Connery era. So I've actually been shooting this for a long time now, so you probably can tell I love the movie. So I think I touched upon every point in the movie that I think is good. I love the movie, as you could tell. I've watched it 6 times, and all 6 times I came away thinking that was 2.5 hours well spent. You do have to wait a long time for the villain. You need to sit through a rather complicated story. You need to sit through a lot of Deus Ex Machina, but the stuff that's good is really good. I will probably put this in my top 10 movies of all time. Citizen Kane probably my top 20. This, I can see why it's your second favourite movie of all time. I can see why it is the best Bond movie of all time according to some, and it is my favourite Bond movie of all time. So that is why I love it so much. For next week's movie review, I don't know. I'm actually thinking of making a scheduled movie review sometime. I don't know when, like what movies I'm going to do when. Probably could do anniversary reviews, like, I don't know when it came out, but it's going to be 10 years since now that The Lion in Which the Wardrobe was released, which was one of my favourite movies, so I'll review that sometime this year. Definitely. Toy Story is celebrating its 20th anniversary, so I'm going to do like a Toy Story review when it came out, at the 20-year mark. And I don't really know what else I'll do. So yeah, I'll work out schedule soon enough. Matt, I will see you tomorrow. In real life and in video form.